Happy Saturn's Day, people. If this thing came on. I'm sure y'all will let me know in a second. Am I back? What up, everybody? What up? Is that Garnett Donaldson? What up? Hey. What's up, Zydegoat? It's this Canadian Kush. Tougher Gong. King Coop. What up? Yassine. Potters of Color Podcast. Moniel. Mark. I couldn't see it. Terrence Mocker. What up, brother? Who was that? Douglas Ford. York GP. What up? MJ Goes. L. What's up? Roderick Roche. What up? MD. Naga Byron. My Naga. What up? Preston Davis. What is that? Untapped Vibes. Man, bring it on in. Ted B. Dragon Nation Senior. What up, y'all? Yeah, we got a whole lot to talk about today, yo. It's a whole lot of bull crap. Gwendolyn Bonner, what up, girl? She is a Know Your Rights Foundation volunteer. Y'all follow the lead, damn it. Glad to have you, too. And we're going to talk about Uganda, for real. Because Uganda is real, y'all. If y'all don't know what's popping. What up, Brother Mel? Y'all don't know about Uganda. You better get on the real deal. Better get on that train. Get on the train. Then something right here. Now, this is funny. Really quick. You know, I like to do my promotions, and one of my where's my oh, here it is. You guys got to know. Make sure y'all pick up some of this Bill sauce before we get started. Bill sauce. This is the Schmuckatelli. This is my last bottle. Bill, I just made an order. You better hook me up, man. Hook me up. But if y'all don't know, man, you can mix this with stuff. Oh man, kill the game. Baby Ray's sweet and spicy barbecue sauce. Mix this with that, and you got Chipotle barbecue. I'm trying to tell you, it is off the chain. You go to bealsauce.com, BEALE sauce.com, and hook it up. They got the medium and the hot. That's the Sergeant Fire and the Gunner and the Gunny Fire and Sergeant Sauce and Gunny Fire. Those are too hot if you like your little stuff a little more spicy, you know. But the Schmuckatelli just right for me. So, Bill, hook a brother up, man. No. As y'all can see, I don't get paid. I don't get nothing from the promotions to do this. I just do it because I love Bill sauce. Then y'all already know. Make sure y'all go check out Timmy Tight Top, the Wee Juice, tightest top in the game. He been out of town. Been shirking his nerd duties. Been shucking your nerd duties, Timmy Tight Top. But weejuice.com, OUI juice.com. And do not buy up all of my surprisingly sweet. That's the best juice he got. And that's hard to say because he got a lot of great juices. But don't buy up my surprisingly sweet, goddammit. I want to hear that he out when he come to the show and he didn't have no more juices because y'all ordered out of the damn juices. But Timmy Tight Top, weejuice.com. Appreciate you, brother. Oh, and this is funny. So I got this. This is like a therapeutic oil for your muscles and stuff like that. Now this is from one of the subscribers, Little Goddess, who be hooking us up. Be hooking me up also with. She sends a lot of news reports and stuff like that. So shout out to you. However, you send so many news reports and stuff that I did not get your email. When you sent this, you didn't send your website. So, Little Goddess, please send me your website so I can promote your stuff. Because I had some muscle pains from boxing. Rubbed this on the muscle, hooked it up. Hooked it right on up. And I don't know what she got in here. She won't tell what it is. But man, it smelled good, first off. and it's off the chain. So little goddess, appreciate you, but you gotta be, you gotta, say in the description box, website, because you send so many other emails. So please, we'll have that for you next week. But just giving you a little shout out and let y'all know we got something. If y'all in some aches and pains, this is natural, all natural. So shout out to little goddess, and make sure you guys go sign up to the Know Your Rights Foundation as well. The volunteers, you guys, man, after the last the last live stream I did, we had a bunch of you guys come sign up, and I guess the Allen Iverson analogy got to y'all, because y'all know it was such a true and real analogy that most of us, we got all the talent in the world, but we don't practice. We don't work on that talent to make it great, because we already think that we are great. So, you got to work on it, to be legendary. Talent plus hard work equals legendary. All right. So, you don't just want to come out here and just be like, hey man, I was great one time. What happened now? Well, shit, nigga, now. You talking about the other time? Well, the other time? No, nigga, now. What? I said the other time. No, nigga, what are you doing now? So a lot of you guys, you signed up for the Know Your Rights Foundation. You guys want to learn the law. You took the challenge. Appreciate that. Everybody else, get on board. This is what we're doing. If you don't see that this world is going crazy, and you're going to need to know the foundations of your society to be able to move forward. They're trying to flip society. We're going to talk about that today. A lot of it, and how they do it, and the things they use to implement change in society. And they're doing this like a playbook. They're on point. And so unless you get on your playbook, get in your playbook and start working some moves, and stop sitting back and wondering, watching the damn game like you doing it. Oh nigga, that's damn nigga. You see that nigga right there? Oh nigga, oh damn nigga, he just ran right through that nigga. You can't sit back on the sideline watching it like you watching the Super Bowl. They're gonna run up your ass in a minute. So get in the game. KnowYourRightsFoundation.org if you want to volunteer. Because don't let us leave you behind. This is what we're doing. And then, in a few years, you do not want to look up and see this giant group of brothers and sisters who know the law, and you could have jumped on and been a part of that group, mashing out, not scared of Popo, not scared of the government, and you just sat back and was like, nigga, that law ain't working, nigga. That law don't do shit, nigga. Fuck that law shit. They gonna change the law as soon as you learn it. Well, you just learn what the fuck they change it to. But come on board, y'all. KnowYourRightsFoundation.org. Also, if you want to order the packages, Know Your Rights Foundation or the law packages, get on board. And I got something to show y'all too today. So before we get in, there's some new subscribers who don't necessarily understand the lingo I use, because I got to talk in so much code, because the YouTube demons, they be trying to smash on you. So a lot of the code words that I use, I'm going to break it down. So it's the only time for all you new people. You don't know what I'm talking about, rewind to the beginning, and then this is going to be a Rosetta Stone for the Naga codes. All right. So we know cupcake. Cupcake means that's what the cupcake means. That right? The crack scene. Right. So the boogie V means the original thing that they hit you with, the COV19. That's the boogie V, because I said they tried to use it as some type of boogeyman virus. That's why it's called boogie V, because it's a boogeyman virus, right? Then hokey X juice. We call it the hokey because when we started talking them using it, I called it the hokey pokey, because that's what they do to you, right? The hokey pokey. So then we talked about X-Files and how on X-Files, they did the same thing in the X-Files, so we called it, we just shortened it to hokey X juice because of the hokey pokey and the X-Files, right? So now you got both of those, Hokey Pokey and Pokey X Juice. All right. Then Moderneasy, you already know Moderneasy is one of the two main companies, and the other one is the P.F. Heiser Bakery. That's the main company pushing the bullshit. All right. So now that you know the codes, don't be talking about what do you mean by that? What does that mean? What's the cupcake? Now you know. Now you know. All right. That is the lingo. And then really quickly, before I get started, I want to give you these Telegram channels because a lot of you guys be wondering where I get a lot of information. You guys got to start browsing the information yourself because the information that I bring to you in these little live streams is a pizzle of the information that be in these channels. So go in there and get informed because they're breaking it off in these channels. So channels are Real World News on Telegram, real world news. You got the Phoenix Rises. It's called the Phoenix Rises. You have the Conspiracy Hole. All right, that's Hole, H-O-L-E, Conspiracy Hole. Then you have the Child, COVID, Vac Injuries UK. Please put that together because I can't say it all. I can't say it all at once. So again, Child, COVID, Vac Injuries UK. That's for the United Kingdom. That's where you're gonna really get a lot of the cupcake information, and from the doctors and stuff who are posting it in those channels. Project Veritas, and then one of the spiritual channels, one of these channels that be breaking off all the esoteric stuff, is the Awakened Species. All right. So now you got the Telegram channels. So now you know you can go in there and check out all the Telegram channels and get informed because you need to do it. Now let's get to it. All right. And for all of y'all who be talking about, man, get into the damn news right before you take too long in the video. Well, nigga, this is how I do. I'm not here for you. I'm here to spread information that I came to tell and do it the way I do it. So if I take too long to get into the information for you, nigga, get the fuck out. Go get your information for somewhere else. I'm not asking you to be here. Believe me, I ain't asking for no nigga to receive no information from me. You lucky you get a goddamn video a week. I'm not a nigga who love being in front of the camera. I don't give a fuck. I'm not that nigga. So if you don't like the way that I give information, get the fuck out. Now, for the rest of the people. All right, here we go. So the true, y'all see, so the transhuman conspiracy / agenda, right? So what's going on? We see it popping all over the place. It is crazy. I know y'all saw the video of the Berkeley law professor. This girl is a Berkeley law professor who called the senator because he said when you refer to people who are capable of birthing or having children, he said, I assume you refer to women. And then she said, well, I guess that we can recognize that, you know, this law affects women as well as other people who can give birth or something like that. Some crazy shit, right? Some dumbass shit. And then she started talking about cisgender this and all this and that bullshit. And so then she says, well, I just want to recognize that your language is homophobic or transphobic. See, not homophobic, it's transphobic. And he's like, what? Because I'm asking you about how to explain. I'm asking you a question. Your questioning opens people up to violence. What are you talking about? Violence? Well, people who, trans people, they tend to commit suicide when you deny their existence. What are you talking? Deny their existence? You see, so they just constantly hit you with accusations. Bullshit. You're transphobic. You're causing violence. You're bringing violence to a person. Your line of questioning, the politics or the the ideals of a trans person is questioning their existence and making them commit suicide. First off, you don't make anybody do anything. Anything you do on your own. You do in your own recognizance. I don't make you do anything. No one makes you do anything. You can say, well, somebody compelled me to do anything. No, you can always say no and deal with the repercussions of no. That's the truth. That's the fact of the matter. That's what Kanye meant when he said that slavery was a choice and all niggas jumped on him. He meant you could have said, fuck you, slave nigga. you would have took a stabbing or a beating or whatever, but you could have said that. That's what he meant. Just like Killmonger. Killmonger said, hey, nigga, throw me in the ocean, because niggas, they knew that nigga death was better than slavery. That's what, so you can always say no. No one forces you to do anything. So when they talk about you made me commit suicide, you made somebody commit suicide, that's not a thing. That's something that person was dealing with themselves, and, they let them, they let the negative thoughts of themselves get the best of them. So, but the gender, what is this all about? Why is this being pushed so crazy? And I told you last week about comprehensive sex education, about how that was a plan from UNESCO and CICUS and the overarching body of curriculum for schools, and International Planned Parenthood, and Gavin Newsom. He was the one who wanted to implement. He said, I'll implement it. He did it, and then 27 other states jumped on it, and then they're teaching your children about all of this, and rape and anal sex and all kind of crazy ass shit at 5 years old. This is insane, y'all. I hope y'all getting this. This has a point. Oh, Mahari John, thank you, appreciate you. I hope y'all understand, because this is going to be a call to action for y'all. This is what this is. I'm not just bringing y'all fucking news. I'm not that nigga. I don't just alarm you and be like, all right, well, adios, my nigga. No, what are you gonna do about it? How are we gonna get up out of this shit? So that's what we need to get to, towards the end of this. However, so the trans agenda. So this woman, this is how crazy it gets. This woman, she had her child taken away, and the communication cut off because she refused to acknowledge the gender identity of her daughter, because the daughter didn't want to be a girl anymore. They wanted to be a boy. This was like, I think the daughter was like 12 or 13, and 12 years old, and didn't want to be a girl anymore, and wanted to be a boy. Then went to the mother, and the father was divorced, and he remarried to a psychotherapist, right? See this bullshit. You can see this now where this bullshit is getting ready to go. So he married a psychotherapist, this woman. The daughter goes over there, goes to the father's house to spend the night. I guess she tells them that she feels like she's a boy, and they immediately jump on the transitioning phase. Oh, we need to acknowledge this, and boop, 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 and all this and that. And the mother's like, hold up, wait a minute, she left my house, she a girl. She come to your house, she want to be a fucking boy? Hold up, nigga, no, hey, oh. So then they, obviously they started legal proceedings to try to get the daughter and all this and that. So basically ended up that the court said, if you don't want to acknowledge your child, because the court told her to let her follow her child's lead in this journey. What the fuck are you talking about? Follow my child's lead in this journey? This motherfucker who been alive for 20 minutes? This motherfucker been alive for 20 minutes. This brain is not developed, his or her brain is not developed in the slightest. Even when you're in your 20s, your brain is not developed, fully developed. But this 12-year-old knows with unabashed certainty, undoubted certainty, that they want to train. They first of all, they don't. What the fuck do they even know what a girl is? A boy is. They talking about they feel like a boy. What does that mean? Do they even know what that means? Or it's something that they just heard on TV or somebody else told them, and they're just regurgitating that shit. But nope. This woman had her child taken away, communication cut off. She ain't seen her kid for, I think it was like 3 or 4 years. Haven't even talked to her. She can only write to her. In like 4 years. And then check this shit out. She was right. Now, the girl don't want to be a boy no more, because they was going to transition her. Now, that's off. Because, now remember, she had communication cut off because she didn't want to acknowledge the fact that the daughter wanted to be a boy. Now that's off. Now the daughters want to be now she's non-binary. You know, but now this is all done now. The mother still, now all this is done in the system now. The mother can't see the mother can't see can't see her child because she wouldn't acknowledge this gender dysphoria that the daughter had, right? So what is all this for? What is this major push? You've seen it, especially within the last 5 to 6 years. You've seen a major push, and then you see them going after somebody who's super influential in the argument against it. Somebody like Dave Chappelle, right? Dave Chappelle, because he can make you. He's very intelligent when he talks about something, so he can make you think, but he make you laugh, which means it stays with you longer. If somebody tells you something that's a joke, the joke, because they're funny, it's going to stay with you longer. Now, that's not why I talk the way I do. I'm just crazy as fuck, so I'm not trying to entertain you niggas. I laugh like this when I'm off camera. But most people, when they use humor when they teach, it's because humor helps it to stick with you more, right? Because it's an experience, it's a feeling, and you recall the feeling, you recall the vibration, everything that comes with that vibration, that feeling that you had, which is the information. So that's why Dave Chappelle is so damn powerful when he speaks, because not only is he fucking super intelligent, nigga, one of the funniest niggas ever, of all time, right? And that's saying something. There's been a lot of funny niggas in the history of the world, and he's one of the funniest niggas of all time. So that's why you come out with voices so strong against somebody like that, because he can move mountains with his voice just by talking, right? This is what that shit is about. But why is it now being pushed so much so by the mainstream? Oh, thank you, Steven. Appreciate you. By the mainstream. And we talked about this. The medical industry and the pharmaceutical industry have ganged up, and they've teamed up, and they're pushing this because they get to push the drugs, and they get to push the surgeries, right? So now you got all these medical associations agreeing that gender is a feeling, a spectral feeling that you can have, whereas sex is, scientific, and gender is the spectral feeling that you can have, right? Now, this is what, again, it's all about the money. On that end, what is the major goal, though, that they're trying to do? So we talked about transhumanism. Now, if y'all haven't been following that, that's the idea of merging humans with technology, right? Really, it's the transferring of humans into anything, really. But the idea, the modern concept of transhumanism is merging humans with technology, right? And this is where you get what's the Neuralink and all that. But actually, somebody just beat Elon Musk to the punch. They just linked up somebody's brain and beat the Neuralink to the punch. So I don't know how that nigga gonna recover from that shit. But so that's the beginning stages of it. And so you got the WEF, who majorly is pushing it. So you go to Klaus Schwab and go look in that book, the Great Reset, and he been talking about this since before that, though. Even in the early 2000s, they've been talking about eventually being able to merge humans and technology. And apparently, there's a Black Mirror episode where they talk about this, where this girl, she wants to live forever and upload her brain to the cloud. Right? And so this is, now when you start to see this in these TV shows, this is pushing the idea of this shit. Transhumanism, right? This is a form of population control. just so we are clear, transhumanism is a form of population control. They want to get you in the mind state of, oh, this is eventually down the line. But Dr. Harari, who is Klaus Schwab's and the WEF's main doctor, he talked about being able to hack the soul. There's no real human soul. You can hack the body and the mind, and so that's the virtual soul. You can hack that and upload the cloud and upload them to a cloud and have them virtually living within all this and that type of shit. This is the main goal of this shit. So this trans movement is to condition you into accepting that down the future, because if you have to accept something like that first. Whereas just I can feel like I'm something different and then be that. Because even at the base of what everything is, it has to start with, I don't want to be this, I want to be something else, right? And that starts with what? A feeling. Well, I don't feel like this. I feel like, I'm a cat. Start meowing every fucking where you go. That's why they're accepting this type of stuff. They're doing that. This is in case y'all never heard, they're allowing children to identify as cats in school. I said this last week. This is a real goddamn thing. This is crazy shit. Excuse me. So this is where they're pushing you. Excuse me. So all of this stuff is social engineering. We know that. Just like black and white, and, all the rest of these things that they have going on, the class system, all of it is social engineering in order to keep the lines the way they are. But the main goal, so what is the main goal of, the social engineering? And just so you know, they're pushing all these ideas so that they can take hold. They're pushing it through the kids because they understand if I keep pushing it on the kids, eventually, once you old ass niggas die the fuck out, you old boomer ass niggas, you die the hell out, then these kids who've been have been pushed and pounded with this idea for, since the beginning, because they don't know what the fuck is going on. They don't know the difference between, the concept of the divine masculine and divine feminine coming together. They don't know. They just got here. What the fuck do they know? They know I want to put on Elmo. Can you put on Elmo so I can see some Elmo, nigga? That's what they know. And so anything, they're a blank canvas. Anything that they pick up, they'll stick with them for a long time, especially as a child, especially if it's impactful enough. So when you start telling children, and children, all they want to do is just love anybody, right? So when you start telling children, you shouldn't treat anybody different because of this. And that's a true thing. You shouldn't have no ill will towards anybody because of who they are. That's an absolutely right thing to teach a child. However, teaching them about their sexual preferences as children should not be something that they do in school. That should be something that a parent does at home. That ain't something that they need to know especially from your ass, especially somebody who's barely like 25 or 23-year-old yourself. You don't know shit about the world your damn self to be trying to teach somebody else's child about sexual matters. You don't know you don't know the temperament of my child. You don't know how they're going to take this information and then how that may mess their mentality up. And I got to deal with that shit, right? So, this is where it's going, and you guys are going to have to be more involved in what's going on in government, in your child's lives. You know why a lot of this shit don't happen in a lot of the Republican communities? Because them motherfuckers at the PTA meetings all the time. They at the board meetings, the school board meetings. They there. They in the crowd. They go up there. They got their little 2.5 minutes. They get to talk. They up there. They doing it. Where y'all at? Melanated people, because they're coming after, they're coming after our children. So where y'all at? You got to be involved. And then when the children see that you're involved, that boosts the child's confidence and self-esteem, that the parent cares about what my future and what's going on in this goddamn school. So then that makes the child even want to work harder when they see that you involved. Well, shit, if my mom and daddy involved with shit, I better get down with this shit then, because they're going to be up here talking crazy. That's what you have to start doing. That's what the system was actually built off of. That didn't really, or that got lost in our community, especially when we talked about how after the no-fault divorces, and then divorce started to rise, and the separation, the men started to lead the homes. Then the education starts plummeting, right? Your interest in the education starts to plummet, because you gotta survive. I got one mom trying to take care of 3, 4, 5 kids. You know what I'm saying? No dude now. We gotta survive, nigga. What? Civics, government, nigga. Trying to make this goddamn ham sandwich. Trying to figure out how to get this ham sandwich made, nigga. What you talking about? Grilled cheese. That's what I know. That's on the curriculum today. Is grilled cheese. But you cannot let that affect how you move. This is what they want. They want your conditions to affect how you take in and pull in information. That's the plan. You can't let the plan work. If I know that's the plan, how the fuck, why would I let it work? I gotta work harder against the plan, especially if you don't know the plan, then shit, hey. But if you know the plan is to come and distress you so goddamn much to where you don't give a fuck about what actually goes on in society, because you too busy trying to fucking struggle and survive, then you gotta figure that out. You gotta compartmentalize. So, all right, today, I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna get this bill paid, I'm gonna get this shit paid, all right, over here, in this next hour, I'm about to go figure out what my kids is doing, what the hell what information they taking in, boo. Over here, I'm about to break this shit down, get this house fixed up. You gotta compartmentalize, start breaking shit down so you can do shit. But homeschooling is one of those other things that you gotta start doing. Find a virtual homeschool that's gonna be on the uprise, especially in the next 3 to 5 years, because of what's going on in the school systems with the cracks, with the cupcakes and and the mask and all that. So people are just looking into it more, and just the indoctrination of the children. They want to get away from that shit. So homeschooling is going to be a big thing in the future. You guys need to start doing that now. Somebody hit me up and showed me and sent me this school called the Kamali Academy. Virtual Academy. So it's an online virtual school centered on, heavily centered around African, they teach you everything you need to know about, the governments in America and stuff like that. But, your actual things you need to know to be in the world. But they teach you with an Afrocentric guide cover. Basically, teach you about Malcolm X and all the melanated greats in history that they don't teach you about in public school. So it's called Kamali Academy. If y'all want to check that out, go to kamaliacademy.com. Kamali academy.com. No, I don't have no affiliation with the brothers. Somebody sent me that when we were talking about getting homeschooling. I went and checked it out. I looked up the brother, watched some of his videos, watched some of his philosophy, and brother's on point. He's in Ghana now. He moved from America. He moved back to Africa. He's like, fuck this shit. Nigga, he bounced. He got the fuck out. But shout out to this curriculum. Shout out to what the brother's doing and helping us get out of this, out of the indoctrination of the system. I think enrollment starts in August. And so you can check out their Instagram and their YouTube page. All right, Kamali Academy. So, with this being pushed, what they're trying to push this agenda, this trans everything, we need to get a movement going. I haven't said this many times, but nobody's really taking it serious. No one is taking it serious. You got, Pride Month. Excuse me, which is the gay pride or the alphabet soup pride. No one got straight pride. Where the fuck is our pride? How come nobody capes for that? Because you're so used to it, you're just apathetic to the connection of the divine masculine and divine feminine. You just think, oh, that shit is just always gonna be the way it is. Not if they socially engineer something different. You are creatures of habit. You do what's repeatedly shown to you. And if they teach this to the children and they come up with this and they don't have anything else counteracting that, showing what's wonderful about the connection between the divine masculine and divine feminine, how that shit is awesome, then a motherfucker. You have to teach that to the children. Why it's so damn great to love the opposite energy. Why you have to understand, that's first of all, it's creation. The yin and yang, the coming together of the two opposite forces is the dynamics of life, creation. The explosion of creation, of that energy, that primordial life energy that you're not going to get from doing anything else. Sorry. We have to be teaching about that. You have to cape for it. Wear the goddamn t-shirt, straight pride or whatever. Somebody give me a better name, because they own their branding, y'all. whenever they wanted to mash on some shit, they just brand it transphobic, homophobic. What's the other one? For the Khazars, anti-Semitic. Boom, boom. You understand? You see how the branding goes. So when you get branded, you can boom. Now I can have a campaign if I got a brand, because now I can take this brand and roll in. It's like a car. A brand is like a car. You can roll it anywhere because everybody gonna recognize it now, wherever you go. Oh, he's transphobic. As soon as you say something, just question transphobic. Oh, just the brand of that. Motherfuckers don't even want to be branded with it. Oh, racist is another one nowadays. That they nobody want to be called racist. So, you know, that's another one that the progressive left that pushed. That's a good one. But you know, you can use that. Melanated people can use that against Caucasian people. When you brand them racist, oh, I'm not racist. What do you mean racist? You know, I got my black friend here. You know, I go to lunch with my other black friend. You know, I talk to my black friends from high school every now and then on Facebook. So I'm not racist. But branding, straight pride. And I don't even like to call it straight, because it's not straight. It's the connection of the divine masculine and the divine feminine is immeasurable. It's you know, you can't even speak on it. It's so wonderful. Now again, I don't know about y'all. I love women. I love women. But I'm hyper masculine. I got 18 aggressive signs out of 22. So I love soft feminine energy. That's what I'm attracted to. That's what the opposite sex is. The masculine, the feminine. You boom, you come together. You're attracted to that. That's the reason is because it creates life. It ensures existence in the universe. That's why that is. That's why that nature is the way it is in every goddamn thing. Mammalian. Pretty much all the animal kingdom, especially mammals. That divine masculine, that divine feminine connection cannot be minimized. It has to be celebrated. Do y'all understand that? It can't just be like, you know, oh, I love women. Oh, look at that fat ass. No, we have to celebrate men. You have to celebrate what's great about women. That softness, that divine energy, that divine feminine nurturing energy that helps to calm this old crazy ass masculine crazy shit. I want to rip shit down energy. You help calm that down. Not that all women have to be super feminine like that, because the yin and yang is a little dot of the other in each. So obviously there's going to be some little bit of each in one, but predominantly you're going to be that energy. Not that you can't experience the energy of the other, but these two opposite energies is what attract and creates life and ensures creation in life. And y'all need to be pushing that shit. And I'm damn serious, man. Because it's so their agenda, they're riding with it. Every goddamn chance they get, they want you to hear some transphobic shit or some homophobic this or whoopty whoop, or they want to plaster that shit on TV and make you accept this or do that. None of this is being accepted or pushed. The beauty of the connection of the male and female. No one's pushing that shit. Where are we getting that shit from? Can we start that movement, please? Because women, you are fucking awesome. I'm gonna tell you that right now, goddammit. Women are fucking incredible. I love being in the presence of the divine feminine. Thank you. Every time I'm in the presence of the divine feminine, it is a wonderful experience. I love it. And we need to celebrate that. And women, you need to do the same if the divine masculine makes you feel like that. But we need to celebrate it. Talk to it. Say that to your children. Let them know. This is what ensures life. This is what feels great. And I'm telling you right now, I don't know, man, when you have connected with a woman, when a man connected with a woman, I don't know if y'all felt that energy, but ain't nothing else like that shit. Ain't nothing else like it. And if y'all haven't ever reached that goddamn experience, I'm sorry for you. Being truly enveloped in each other's energy. I wish that for you one day. But it's a wonderful thing, and please, let's celebrate that and push that straight pride. Somebody give me a goddamn name and let's push that shit. Let's make some t-shirts. Let's create a campaign. Let's go out there and ride. Every chance we get, we're going to start talking about that shit. We're going to say it. We're going to say the name. We're going to get that shit going viral because we need to celebrate this connection. And not that you are downing anyone else. You're just pro me. I'm not saying what you're doing is, I'm not fucking with your shit. I can be about my shit. Because without being negative towards your shit. Because that's what they're doing. What they're doing is trying to be about them shit and making your shit and making you feel negative about anything, just questioning their shit. All right, well, you know what? I'm not going to even do that. Whatever the fuck you doing, I'm going to be over here celebrating this beautiful, divine, feminine goddess right here. Or women, you and the masculine. You celebrate that man for whatever he does for you. And you push that and you make it, you tell it, you say it, you shout it from the goddamn rooftop, the mountaintop, you do TikToks on it, you do all that shit. And let this shit become viral and see that this is the predominant energy in the world. They don't think that because all they see is the other thing being pushed by the social media who are mostly being run by the alphabet soup in these executive offices. And so they're trying to make it seem like that's the predominant energy in the world when it's not. And we just let it go by. We just sit back and just let it go and just like, oh man, I ain't watching that shit. Oh damn, nigga, flip the channel. Oh, that's all you doing. You not seeing it, but a bunch of other people are seeing it and they're getting indoctrinated by that shit. So again, if you don't do anything, it's the same thing as letting it happen. Or you know what I'm saying, or you allowing it to happen. So let's get out there. Please, please, please. Let's push. Go watch The Wheel of Time. That show, I broke down that show before. If you haven't seen the breakdown, go look up the live stream I did on The Wheel of Time. That show is off the chain. It's all about the divine masculine and divine feminine and the magic that is created when those two forces come together. I'm telling you, God damn it, y'all better understand. The only way you're going to keep this shit going is the connection of the divine masculine and divine feminine. That is the only way you're going to keep it going. If this other shit is allowed to grow and pervade and take over, that is population control, which is what they want. You know that's what they want. That's what they want. Don't give it to them. So all of this though, what is this for? This is the end truly of the corporation of America. Just so y'all know, the corporation of America, when you start to see the breakdown of society, is usually a precursor to that society's demise. When you start to see we're arguing over sex and race and just bullshit. You can't say this, or you hurt my feelings, or that type of bullshit. I have an obligation to not hurt your feelings. When you start on that bullshit, your country is on the downcline. It's on the demise. You're plummeting. Because this society means they don't give a shit about what's actually makes the country grow and work. This is all bullshit. All this social bullshit, this social politics is bullshit. None of this really matters about what makes the country or nation actually work and grow. And if you're not working on that and growing those things, you're worried about, oh, this nigga called me black. Oh, this nigga, oh damn, he called me fat. Oh, this nigga called me a she when he was a he. Oh, this motherfucker's, oh, this nigga's a this. Oh, what do you? That's all stupid bullshit. Oh, the world is flat. No, the world is round. No, this. Yep, that argument too. All of that is part of the bullshit. If they can get you arguing on stupid shit like that, you ain't worried about anything real. Niggas doing documentaries. Well, see, the ancient Galiptians, they did a hieroglyph here, and they showed that the earth, see, it was flat. It was flat here, but then they drew it with a big bubble around it that says, get me now, that says, we're on a flat earth with a dome. Now, get with that, nigga. Stupid ass shit. Gives a fuck about that. What that got to do with the police beating your ass, nigga, when you step outside? Or the government not giving a fuck about you for 100-something, how many years we've been in this motherfucker? What that got to do with anything? Any of that? Is any of that gonna power you to be a greater God? That you know that the earth is flat? Is some special powers gonna come to you, nigga? The flat earth man? You gonna help save all niggas? Cause now that you know the earth is flat, nigga, I can fly niggas out of here. Nigga, there's a special place on one part of this flat earth that we all can go to. Nigga, now that we know it's flat, nigga, we got this shit covered, my nigga. Nigga, that's all we needed to know. Fuck out of here, nigga. With round earth bullshit. And that's just one of the dumbass arguments. Among the other 50 million dumbass arguments that they got you niggas in. Trapped up in. LeBron or Michael Jordan. Really Kobe, but that show you how dumb that argument is. Kobe's up here, LeBron and Jordan. I don't give a fuck what any of y'all niggas say. So please, let's get on. What's a good? Please, somebody put. I can't see the chat right now, but I will look in the chat, and I need to know. Give me a Brandon, y'all. What's a good campaign for the love and connection between the divine masculine and divine feminine? It got to be catchy and snappy. So they'll hit you real quick with the transphobic. You're transphobic. I don't fear you, nigga. I just don't agree with you. But you see how they can take that term, boom, and then immediately place an idea on you just by hitting you with that term. Well, shit, let's do that to them. First of all, they're gonna be heterophobic. Let's get that going. I'm not transphobic. You're heterophobic. You're scared of the world being straight. You're scared of the love between a man and a woman because it threatens your way of life. I think that's what I think. That's why you're trying to indoctrinate the world to accept the way you are, because you're scared that if the connection of the man and the woman is allowed to go and move on, it's not going to be truly accepting for your way of life. So I actually think you're heterophobic, which is why you lash out at anyone else who disagrees with your ideals. Gotta start hitting them niggas like that. That's how you gotta start hitting them. Same way they hit you. Not the that shit is nasty, whatever you feel, hey, you don't start, that don't do nothing. Hit them back with the same shit they hit you with. I love what I'm doing. I love being in love with a woman. Or for you women, you love being in love with a man. I celebrate that. That ain't got nothing to do with you, nigga. I'm just over here celebrating my shit. Straight pride. You got your pride, don't you? I can't be proud of my shit. I can't be proud of this. I can't be proud of that. Right there, nigga. So, love you, ladies. Love you, love you, love you, love you. That's soft, beautiful, smell good, loveliness, beautiful smiles, lovely voices. God damn it. Love all y'all. So, like I said, this is how they break down society, though. This is moving the society towards globalism. This is the global agenda. This is what the WEF has in mind. They rip society down, and then when they change society, also, they demasculate the society, right? They emasculate the society, meaning they take the aggressive energy down in society, so when they flip it, you don't have the energy for revolution, because that takes aggression. Revolution is aggressive. So if I take away your ability to be aggressive by calling you, toxic masculinity and all the rest of that bullshit, I take it down. Also look at this MCU. There's no more real male superheroes. If you're starting to see what's going on, I'm gonna break down the Wakanda thing in a little bit in a second too, because we haven't been able to do monogamers, and that's the other thing. Monogamers, I still don't got my computer. Apple still got my computer, probably looking all through the shit like y'all think, but I don't got my computer, which is why I haven't done a Noggin-ers. But I'm gonna do like a makeshift Noggin-ers today. We're gonna talk about Wakanda real quick, but the MCU is becoming the MCU, right? And so they're wiping away the male superheroes, right? So there are no men can't save women anymore. Men can't be the hero of anything anymore. Men can't be smart anymore. Or this is in all the movies. They're shown to be stupid, or you know, not as smart as women, or they can't save anybody. Anytime it's time to do a saving, it's the woman who comes in and saves the day. And so this is indoctrination into, you know, into a certain ideal that the men have no place. We don't need you anymore, man. We sit back. When men created this whole shit, I'm talking about the superhero shit, y'all. Men created that shit. That's the thing. That's the way of men getting out their penance or penchant for violence is through vicariously living it out through these stories. This is why women haven't come up with this type of industry, this genre, because women don't have the same type of want to get to go out and rip up shit and beat shit up and destroy shit and say they don't have that same type. Some women may do, but most of them don't. I know you may be a woman who lived as a male in the past, and some of that energy may still be with you, so you may still have that. But for the most part, that's a masculine thing, to want to rip shit up and jump off of shit and bust shit and turn. That's a masculine thing. So that's why they created something like the MCU, in order to vicariously live out their goddamn ripping up this shit, man, so they don't have to rip up society. We create these things, football, sports, all these things, to vicariously discharge that energy that we would usually use to start wars, to go to war with. So, but they're flipping this shit up because they're trying to flip society, though. That's the main point of this thing. Because when I flip society and move this shit, and take down America, because you see it's going down, inflation, and, you know, they're giving away we don't have any gas, but this nigga Biden giving away 1 million barrels of gas to China when we ain't got no fucking gas. And this nigga, the inflation of the food, and I mean, all kind of shit. These are things that usually happen before the downfall of a nation. Just so I know. Oh, we're in a recession. Then this nigga redefines the word recession, so that you don't think that you're in a recession. So all of these things, again, you have to look at the big picture, back off of it, and start to see what's going on and how they're implementing all these little things on the chessboard. You know, social engineering, while they break down the infrastructure of society with the food and laws, and try to take you down and make you think that freedom of speech, you speaking out against something is a terrible thing, or, you know, moderated speech. They just rip and tear at bits and pieces of this whole shit until the whole shit is falling. But, you know, this is the decompartmentalization that they usually do, have you all over the place so that you can't see the full picture. But that's why I'm here. So this is how the breakdown. So the Ottoman Empire ran shit for hundreds of years. That was the Moors. You know, later on, then you started to get the lighter Moors, which they called Turks, but they were Moors. And so they were broken up by a group called the Young Turks. Right? The Ottoman Empire ruled everything for hundreds of years. They were taken down eventually by a group of college organizations, you know, basically college students, called the Young Turks. They are basically introducing progressive ideas into that society, right? And so until they basically because they had a constitution, and then they did away with the constitution, and so then the ruler of Turkey back then, he was just like, yo, y'all gonna be under me. I'm the ruler, nigga. And so then they came and they instituted they do a lot of subversive shit throughout the government, introducing these progressive ideas that to society. People started to take hold of these ideas, and eventually turned on the ruler, and then that's how the Ottoman Empire ultimately fell. And then it's called the Young Turk Revolution. Go look it up, right? So now, then after that, you got something called the Bolshevik Revolution, where you had these two parties, one of which was the Socialist Democrats, right? The Socialist Democrats, and those were the Bolsheviks. And so they came in and threw a bunch of subversive shit. Also, Stalin was a part of the Bolsheviks, just so you know. Stalin and Lenin, they were all a part of the Bolsheviks. And then ultimately, they got they got, so they were basically wanting to do away with government. Or basically, they were under the guise. They wanted, this is, and this is the beginning of that. They wanted to give, basically they were saying bread, land, and something. That was their motto. Like they wanted to basically be very simple and give everything back to the people. And so they came in with this and they overturned the government through these different ideals, these progressive ideals in society. Now, right? Through socialist Democrats, right? So, what you have over here, you have AOC in the squad. AOC in the squad was found or was discovered by that media company, the Young Turks, on YouTube. They got another. They have another organization called Wolf Pack, and they basically they find political candidates to back and put into to back, and so they get progressive candidates throughout politics, throughout in the government, throughout the country. So AOC was found by them. They basically discovered her and made her the Young Turks. Remember, the Young Turks, the original Young Turks was the niggas who instituted a revolution through progressive ideas, right? That's why they took the name. So then, how did they, again, then you go to the Bolshevik Revolution, who flipped their government under the guise of socialist Democrats. What is AOC? She's a democratic socialist, right? AOC is a democratic socialist. Same fucking thing. But they brought it in through Bernie Sanders first. They pumped Bernie Sanders up. He's been a socialist the whole time, gave him the moniker of democratic socialist, which is just a flip of the Bolshevik, the Russian shit. So now you see, it's just an old game plan that they just rearranged some shit and put it into play over in America. So basically meaning the plan is to uproot the government, to overthrow or overturn the government or the way the government is today. And so, it's, social, but it's basically like social political civil wars basically disrupt the whole society of a nation. And so when they basically they come to flip the nation, you're so busy fighting each other that you can't, you have no idea that the country that you love, that you're fighting about, is not about to be yours anymore. So this is fucked up for a lot of Caucasian people. I'm gonna say that. But it's an opportunity for you melanated people, because this is a chance for you to rise up out of the bullshit. As the Caucasians are in turmoil, one person's turmoil is another person's bliss. Or, one person's demise is another person's opportunity. So you just need to learn. You need to buckle down and learn. This is what I was talking about last week, the Allen Iverson shit. Get out, I'm the most talented nigga in the game, and start motherfucking practicing. What do I need to learn to get the popo off my ass? What do I need to learn to get the government off my ass? What do I need to fucking learn about this system, be able to maneuver through this system, to surf through this system like the Silver Surfer? And then do that shit. Because this is the whole agenda that you're seeing right now, them uprooting the trans movement agenda, conspiracy, transhumanism. They're trying to get you ready to upload to the cloud, y'all. And it's going to happen. They said within the next 5 to 10 years, they're going to be able to upload a nigga to the cloud. So y'all get ready. Then, while that's happening, they came out with the Ninja Turtle. Did y'all see they came out with the Ninja Turtle variant? It's called the Ninja. But the Ninja Turtle, the Donatello, the Michelangelo, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle variant. They are not gonna stop until you figure it out. And why would they? Why would they stop? If I'm playing a football game and I say, hey, run a slant right. Which means, all the people, the fullback and everybody gonna pull right. They're gonna give it to the court, we're gonna give it to the running back. He gonna shoot. He gonna shoot to the right, boom, and he gonna break, right? Now, if I run that play and the defense never stops that play, why would I not keep running it? I'll wait. Why would I not keep running that play? Slant right? Coach, you ran slant right on 89 times in a row. What are you going to do now? Slant right? Did they stop it last time? No, or it was slant right. Shit, nigga. Slant right. Give it a go. So, if they keep releasing it, then the WHO said that the monkey P is a world health emergency. See how they boosted it up. World health emergency. Only 30,000 people in the world. No, excuse me, my bad. 3,000. I'm sorry. Only 3,000 people in the world have caught it, but now it is a health emergency. World health emergency. Getting your ass ready. Excuse me. They weren't ready to pull away. They weren't ready to pull the plug on the Pandeezy. Oh yeah, I forgot to put that in there. Y'all should know what Pandeezy is, though. I forgot to put that in my codes. But y'all should know what that is. But they weren't ready to pull the plug on the Pandeezy. Too much information was getting out there. And they had to slant. They had to pull an audible. For all you football people, audibles when I changed the play at the line. When the quarterback changed the play, he sees the defense, knows what he's about to run. He's like, oh shit. 317, 27, 3, this nigga boo boo. Everybody starts shifting and moving. Then the defense is like, oh shit, what they doing? Because the defense thought they had to play, called an audible on these niggas, right? That's what they doing. That's what's going down. So the WHO, again, they have to bring this on you. And what they did when you started getting hip to the cupcake, they pivoted you, they audible to Ukraine, right? Audible, move, hey, you crazy, Putin, you crazy, blah blah. Oh shit, look at that, they killing everybody. Oh my god, this nigga Putin crazy, nigga. Oh. So you go, oh shit, what the fuck, nigga, Putin? You nigga, the Boogie V is left in the rearview mirror. And they like, that was close, guys. They almost figured it out. Luckily, they're so stupid. Goddamn, those are fucking idiots, guys. Hey, good job. Good job, buddy. Good job, Jim. Fucking great job. So, this is what they do to you niggas. You niggas don't catch on none the wiser. So, then, out of all of this is basically to keep the cupcakes flowing out of the PF Heiser bakery, because they can't, they need to keep filling you up with those quinoa tofu cupcakes. So they got to keep, now that Eucreses, that's kind of died down a little bit, right? So now we got to boost it back up. But also the monkey P is also a side effect of the cupcake. And so they're trying to make it seem like it's a big epidemic or a big problem, a world health emergency, because so many of you niggas ate the cupcake. And they say, well, shit, if all you niggas start breaking out, it's the monkey P. But 2 days ago, it's a health problem, right? But 2 days ago, the WHO came out and told gay men and bisexual men to chill on your damn activities. Meaning it's getting passed mostly between that community. So it says, gay niggas, you bi niggas, which is really gay, nigga. You ain't bi, nigga. If you fucking dude, you gay. I don't give a fuck what you say. Nigga. But you niggas, y'all need to pull back, nigga. Literally. Pull back. And so that lets you know where it's pretty much in that community, right? But all of this is to keep the PF Heiser bakery going, because there's so much information coming out about that. We're going to talk about that in a second. But the other thing that came out is about, I told you this months ago about the Swedish study that said that the cupcake changes your DNA. it transcribes your DNA in the liver, in the lady's ovaries, and in your testes. These cupcakes are wonderful and yummy. Yummy. So now it's come out again. But what I told you, I broke this off to you guys months ago. I told them, and I did the whole. You can go back and look at it. I think it was like 2 or 3 months ago that we came out with that. And so now, Dr. Robert McCullough, who is basically one of the main doctor out there, who's going hardcore on these cupcakes, the challenging these cupcakes, and he's like the most published doctor in the world right now. He's the most published doctor in the world in all medical journals and in the world. He's been published the most. So you gonna discredit this nigga? You gonna discredit him? I think not, right? So that he's been everywhere talking about how that's a real thing. They found this out. They put this out. This is some real shit. Changes your DNA. Then I told you the reason we did that live stream is because I told you the law. There's a Supreme Court case that says if the MR changes your DNA, they can patent you. They can patent the new DNA that's made from the RNA. That's a Supreme Court case. I forgot the name of the case, but the case was in 2013. Please, somebody, if y'all remember that case. So much information be coming out, I'll be forgetting the exact details about some stuff. But that case said that any DNA changed by mRNA is patentable, meaning they can patent you if you are 51. If they can find that you are 51% of their creation, of their product, you are now patentable. They can own your ass. So, just so you know, stop getting them, because the more and more you take of it, because it takes about a year for the protein to leave your body. They were just talking about this later. So the protein, it stays in your body for a long time, right? The cupcake stays in your body a long time, so about a year. So if you keep eating cupcakes, you keep gluttonous ass, cupcake monster like on Sesame Street. Cupcake. So eventually, your ass is going to be 51% of something else that's not created by nature. And then they can say, nigga, that look like my Benz. Turn around, can I see the VIN number? Look, nigga, lift up your leg. Let me see the VIN. They gonna be looking for the VIN number on your fucking ass in a minute. Like, nigga, that look like my car. That nigga, no, the nigga right there. The big nigga. They look like my car. So now they're bringing this out. Then the cupcake is found. So the cupcake for the Boogie V was found to be 27 times more dangerous than the flu cupcake. What that meant was, for every adverse reaction for every one adverse reaction that the flu had, there was 27 for the cupcake. 27 to 1. They didn't tell y'all that shit either. And of course they're not. They're not gonna tell you that. Then, while all of that is going on, you hearing all that? Then the blood clots from the cupcake are found. So they're found. They're not. When they pull them out, they're not blood or flesh. Whatever the fuck they are, it's not blood or flesh. because one of the scientists, the doctor who received them, he dropped it in nitric acid, and the motherfucker started bubbling and popping up like it was almost explosive. Shit is crazy. He shows the part when he shows it in the vials and he shakes it up and you can see it bubbling and shit. And it's like nothing like that. Nothing natural reacts like that in nitric acid. Nothing natural. No blood, nothing like that. No flesh, nothing boils or anything when you put it in nitric acid. Nothing. But that shit that came out of these people's body looked like it was going to explode, they said. And then you can see it bubbling in the video that the dude showed. This is on the Jane Ruby show. So again, Jane Ruby be finding all these damn scientists that be out there because she one of the main ones who's pushing this shit. So go to Rumble, the Rumble website, and then just punch in Dr. Jane Ruby and just scroll through her shit. You can see all the doctors with all the videos, footage of all the shit, man. They breaking it down. Then they said that the clots were attracting aluminum and sodium while repelling magnesium, basically attracting conductive things that were conductive, like these nanoparticles that would make them conductive and pushing away the magnesium in the body, repelling it, drawing in, but other metals too. Like other metals in your body, not just sodium and aluminum, but it was drawing all these other metals to the cloud. I'm like, what the fuck? This is going on within people's body who ate them cupcakes. If you was a cupcake glutton, hey, if you know somebody fat off cupcakes, shit. And then there's a military doctor who came out and she was told to lie about soldier cupcake deaths. They told her to lie. This is a military doctor. She was seeing all the bucket kicks that was going on. And they said, no, you better not tell nobody. So now she quit. She said, fuck it. Now she's testifying in front of where I saw she was testifying in front of this group, this panel. And she broke down how they told her to lie about it. The government told her to lie about soldier cupcake bucket kicks. God damn. This is all starting to come out and they're trying to hide it. They're trying to sweep everything in the rug, but everything is coming down too fast because they made too many of these niggas get this shit. There was a basketball player, a teenage basketball player who just died of a heart attack. I think he was like 17 or 18. This nigga just fell over from a heart attack. Just boom. A 17-year-old? Come on. So they're not trying to tell you all that. And then this is the craziest shit, y'all. The CEO of Moderna, check this shit out. The CEO of Moderna, this is crazy, y'all. Now this and this is public information. The CEO of Moderna built the gain of function lab at the Wu-Tang. Let me say that one more time, because I don't think y'all heard me. The CEO of Moderna built the level 4, because it's called in the Wu-Tang lab, it's called the level 4 lab, where they do all the function, the gain of function, all that stuff. He built it when he was working for another company in France 15 years ago. He built that shit. He leaves. They start Moderna, right? The lab he built, allegedly, a Boogie V comes out of that lab. The lab this nigga built, and then he makes billions off of the cupcake that fights the Boogie V that the lab that he built, created. Y'all niggas, now, if y'all don't see that bullshit, this is absolutely insane. And just so y'all know, Moderna was failing before the Pandeezy hit. It was bankrupt. It was in debt. It was about to shut the fuck down. And then the Pandeezy hits. Oh shit. You need what? Oh shit, my nigga. Oh shit. What do I got in my pocket? like, nigga, I just happen to have that damn shit in my pocket, my nigga. Oh shit, what the fuck? And them niggas made 15 billion that first year. Profit. 15 billions in profit. Moderna. Going from bankrupt, debt, about to close, 15 billion the next year. Because of he created the cupcake that counteracts the Boogie V that the lab he built in Wu-Tang released. Now to show y'all, this is absolute bullshit. If y'all believe anything that these niggas say from this point on, y'all full of shit. Y'all stupid as fuck. Don't talk to me. Get off my channel. Don't come back here. We ain't the same. We not on the same vibration. You keep it pushing, my nigga. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by, listening. Love you. But you got to get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. And then, you know, France, so while they're trying to push this stuff, France tried to bring back the passports, meaning you had to take a test, a Boogie V test to enter France or be cupcaked. So they were voting to reinstitute that for everybody, for traveling in and out of there, for traveling around, for going in. And shout out to France, they voted that shit down. They was like, the people, they was like, fuck you, Macron, nigga. We ain't doing that shit no more, bitch. Like, so people are fighting back. You need y'all people, please get on the bandwagon and start fighting with niggas. You just ain't seeing it because you're not seeing the videos on mainstream. But if you get on them channels that I told you at the beginning, on Telegram, you'll start to see all the real people who are really mashing out in the world. You'll start to see this is some real shit. And France is fighting back. But while that's happening, China is handcuffing their citizens and forcing them to get COVID tests so that they can have the QR digital ID passports. So that's going over in China, which they want to implement over here, that they introduced over in Europe again this week. And some people are picking it up. They're trying to take it. And some people, they like, no, we're not doing that. But the digital IDs is where they can shut you down. This is the social credit thing, where they're working to move us towards that. This is a plan of the World Economic Forum. Klaus Schwab, he came up with this shit years ago. So he's been slowly trying to implement this shit, but they can't really do that shit over here because we ain't buying that. They can do it. They can do it in a lot of these other countries, but we ain't having that shit over here in America. Sorry, we're not buying it. But they can, the social credit thing, and then also they're coming up. I told you what they just introduced over there. The digital social, what is it? Central bank digital currency. They just introduced it over in Europe. The idea, told you that came from the Bank of International Settlements, the main central bank for everybody in the world. These niggas, where they come up with all the plans. The Bank of International Settlements is where they came up with this bullshit. Now you're starting to see it being pushed because then with the social credits, because in China, they have a pass where you either get blue, green, or red. Green, red, or yellow, sorry. Green and yellow. So green, you can move about society freely. If your pass is yellow, you get some restrictions. And if your pass is red, you can't go nowhere in China. And then they going and getting people, handcuffing these niggas, taking them to these places and testing. They standing in line, handcuffed. And these people, and this is real shit. They going, the person took their phone and they went down the line. The line was long as fuck, as far as the eye could see. And nothing but Chinese soldiers standing there with them AKs like, nigga, move. I dare you to motherfucking make a move, nigga. I'll blow your face off. It was nothing but hundreds of Chinese soldiers there. So, as you know, China basically runs the world under kind of, they kind of help run the world right now. And they're trying to implement this shit into the rest of the world. So, please be aware. And then the Hong Kong, that was in Hong Kong. China just has a straight pass. Hong Kong has the red, Hong Kong has the green, red, and yellow pass. So sorry, that was mixed them up. But China has the full pass, and Hong Kong has the provisionary pass. Then Canadians, while that's going on, Canadians gotta get the cupcake every 9 months. So y'all see what's going on? Every 9 months. They just introduced this. Canadians got to get cupcake every 9 months. So if you in Canada, I don't know what the fuck, man. Y'all need to fight back or something. They're literally they're forcing y'all to get an experimental cupcake every 9 months until you basically become the property of the niggas who giving you the cupcake. I guess that's the full plan until your ass kick the bucket. and then the Pfizer had their own study. Remember Pfizer for their own PF Pfizer. Holy shit. Allegedly. PF Pfizer had their own study, right? They were caught telling the people in their study, this is serious, y'all. PF Pfizer Bakery was caught telling the people in their study, if you had serious adverse reactions to the cupcake, don't put that on the paper. Because they basically had to write a report of whatever they felt, the reactions, the effects, right? So they had to write it out on this thing, a survey or whatever. And they told them, only write down the mild shit. Don't put no severe shit on the, and this is what they turned in to the FDA. So they're going off the false bullshit report. So they basically said, you can tell us, but don't write it down, my nigga. We want to know. We're here for you. We want to know. We have your back. We're here for you. We are here. Don't write that down. Don't put that on the paper. Because we're gonna take care of you. So you don't need to write it down. What do they need to know for it? If you're going to be healed by the time this report gets to the FDA, you're going to be healed. We're going to heal you. Don't write that down. So, all the bullshit. Niggas, oh shit, they lied? Yeah, nigga, they lied. About all the motherfuckers who kicked the bucket, all the serious shit, the adverse shit that happened from their cupcakes. Holy shit. And nobody knows. Then, while all this is going on, Dr. Judy Mikovits, who came up with the documentary, The Planned Them, she broke down how she was one of the first ones to find HIV, and then Fauci came in and stole her research, and then that's why he got famous, because he was credited with being partially the one to discover the HIV, right? So she was on, she was on another talk show and breaking down back when that came out, how one of the doctors in the Nation of Islam, because she worked with one of the doctors in the Nation of Islam, and so he came out and said that they had something that could cure it. And so then the mainstream media start trying to plaster him, and he don't have a cure, and blah, 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 start trying to shit on the Nation of Islam, the doctor from the Nation of Islam. But whatever they had really did work, right? And so, but they shitted on the Nation of Islam doctor or pharmacist or whatever he was. and basically just to discredit him. And Judy Mikovits, she wrote her whole PhD thesis on this thing, on what happened with that. So this is what she was breaking off in her interview. This is crazy. So she said, it's on the Stu Peters. It was, if y'all want to look at the interview, excuse me, it was on the Stu Peters show. So if you go to Rumble, type in Stu Peters, and then Dr. Judy Mikovits, and then you should see her come. You should see the interview come up pretty recent. So in there, she was talking about how back then with the cupcake that they came up for the HIV, right? That they came up for it, which is the AZ. Y'all know, and that was basically, everybody knows now that was killing people more than it was helping people, right? But Fauci was pushing that shit, pushing that shit, and so pushing it where into the melanated communities, right? So, and basically she alluded to the fact that they were basically targeting the melanated communities, and so Stu Peter goes, they weren't targeting black people to be targeting black people. They were just, it's more of it was more just they were just being evil to be evil, and the black people that were the brunt. And then she goes, no, because he was trying to throw it off, because Stu Peters is a redneck, probably racist and shit on the low. He probably don't think he is, but that Republican rednecks. So he goes, well, no, they weren't targeting black people. They were just, and then she goes, no, they was targeting black people. And look what she said. She said they were targeting black people. I don't like to say the word, but we're going to use her words. They was targeting black people back then, putting it into the communities, into the inner city, in the communities, the HIV and the cure. They were pushing that cure, AZT, on melanated people, because she said we have better immune systems than anybody else. She said this. That's a quote. Because black people have better immune systems because of their vitamin D receptors and other receptors and this and that type of stuff, which I told you through your melanin and shit like that. Y'all, melanin heals your ass. But so she goes, they have a better immune system. So what happens? So if I create a cupcake, right, and I want it to be the best thing, if I'm going to test it on somebody, I'm going to test it on people with the best immune systems, right? Because I want the antibody data. Right? Only logical. I want the best antibody data I can get. So I'm going to put it to people. I'm going to give it to people with the best immune systems. So that's what they did to the people in the 80s. They forced that shit in there, and what it did was it gave people something called antibody deficient. Hold on. This is antibody deficient enhancement, ADE. So what that is. Sometimes your antibodies will fight off, an invading boogie V, but if it doesn't, or whatever is invading, if it doesn't fight that off, sometimes it'll do something called antibody dependent enhancement, which the antibodies will wrap around the boogie V, whatever the V is, basically covering it up, encasing it, but hiding it like a Trojan horse. And then it'll introduce it into your body, where now it can get deeper into your body because the body doesn't recognize it because it's wrapped inside of an antibody. And so it makes you way sicker. And she said they was targeting, once they found out that's what it did, she said they really started targeting the inner cities with that shit. The melanated, the black people with that shit. She said that, and Stu Peters was trying to, no, they didn't target the black people. She's like, no, they targeted black people. But one of the main things she said, because you got better immune systems, which we already knew, but there you got a virologist, scientist telling you scientifically that niggas got better immune systems. Because of many factors. But this is the shit that goes on behind the scenes that we have no idea. We kind of know, but then we don't know. Because Judy Mikovits, she worked with the Nation of Islam the last couple years when the Boogie V came out, and she gave Farrakhan, Dr. Farrakhan, Minister Farrakhan, some advice to where he told the nation not to do it, and she said that basically Farrakhan took her advice on not getting it and saved like 5 million lives in the Nation of Islam. And so she was like, you know, her, she got a special place in her heart for Farrakhan and all this and that, right? So, but this is the shit. And so she told you though, and she's basically coming out and trying to tell you how they target you with, they can target you with these cupcakes. And so they targeted us. We knew that kind of on the back end, but this is somebody coming out truly and telling us right from the jump, a person with actual firsthand knowledge said, yeah, they did that. And she wrote her PhD on it. You understand? Not only did she say they did it, she went and wrote her PhD on how they were killing niggas in the hood with that shit. So, man, if y'all don't understand that they've been trying to fuck us by now, they've been fucking us. It's been going down. So, Will Smith, y'all. I had to talk about it real quick. I had to talk about your boy Willie. Now, I don't know. Let me say this. I haven't seen the apology. I need to say that. I have not seen the alleged apology, because apparently some people may think it's a clone. Some people think it's a clone, or they deep faked him into it or whatever, right? So they can deep fake you all day. That's a real thing now. So people you see on front of TV don't necessarily be them, just so y'all know. Deep fakes are real. They doing it. They do it really well. Go look at Luke Skywalker in The Mandalorian. Man, nigga look just like the Luke Skywalker from 40 years ago. And Luke Skywalker right now is 72 years old. The real Luke Skywalker, 72. That nigga look like he was 23 in The Mandalorian. So they can really make you look like a motherfucker. But, so I heard Will came out and apologized. Now, I don't know what he said, but it's a bitch move. If he really did it, I'm not fucking with it. I can't, that's why I couldn't watch it. I can't watch you bitch out, Will. I can't do it. I can't do it. Because if you slap somebody, you better mean that shit. Don't ever slap a man and not mean it. Tell you right now, if I slap the shit out of you, I meant that shit. Tell you right now, I meant 10 more of those motherfuckers. You luckily you only got that one. You ain't ever gonna get no apology, nigga. It's not happening. I meant to do that shit. So, each obviously trying to save his career or whatever. But Chris had it coming. I'm sorry. That nigga had it coming. And then when I say this, the comedians today, they'll try to use the moniker or the argument that I'm a comedian and these are just jokes. Okay, you're right. And I agree with that. I'm a comedian scholar. I study comedians from the very beginning. I love comedy. I study comedy nerd. And they're right. These are jokes. Now, when you talk shit about somebody, see, I'm also a fighter. And I understand people have emotions. Now, me, you can say whatever the fuck you want about me, and I don't give a shit. I don't give one flying fuck what you say about me. I don't even hear you. I have one of my superpowers is being able to block out anything. I don't care what you say. I know who I am. I'm going to do what the fuck I'm going to do. So I don't care. As long as you don't come within arm distance, as soon as you pass this hand distance, then we got a problem. But other than that, you can say whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. Other people ain't like that. Everybody don't got that gene. There are some very, very sensitive people in the world. And when you say something to somebody, now I'll say this, just because you say something to somebody, that doesn't mean they got the right to smack you. I'm on that all day. Absolutely not. You can not listen to them. You can leave the situation. You don't have to let somebody mentally get to you where you would get you off your game to where you physically have acted out of character. That means they've beaten you. Mentally, they've beaten you if they've gotten you to that point. So that's the thing. So you never should react and smack a nigga, have to smack a nigga. I'm saying that. Now, having said that, There are some motherfuckers who don't give a damn about that. They are real niggas, and they some sensitive niggas, and if you say some shit about them, they will knock you into motherfucking Star Wars. They'll knock your ass into the Mandalorian, motherfucker. And that's a real thing. And so when comedians, when you say some shit about somebody who not messing with you, you can't be like, oh yeah, nigga, I just shitted on you all over your face every day. That shitted all over your shoes. But that's just a joke. I was just playing, my nigga. Here's a napkin. Wipe that shit off you, baby. I was just playing. You understand, don't you? Oh, hey, baby. Hey, jokey joke. You got little shit in your eye, man. No. Somebody may knock the fuck out of you for talking crazy about them. Now, Will, you acted because you looked over at Jada and saw she didn't like that shit. And whatever y'all got going on, it could have been because you deal with her alopecia at home and you see how hurt she is behind it and you felt that you needed to protect her. That could have happened. Or she triggered you because she yell at your ass all the time. and she got these little triggering signals that she can give you a look and you just boom, you do whatever. However, I think Chris Rock deserved it because he shitted on Jada the first time in front of billions, and then he did it again in front of billions. Shit on my wife the first time, nigga, I ain't say nothing. You shit on her again, nigga, we got to handle it. That's just how it is. So, Will, you apologizing, that's a bitch move, my nigga. That's a bitch move. You don't slap a nigga and then be like, oh, my bad. A slap is not a mistake. You don't slap a nigga by mistake. That is fully on purpose. Trust me. You may hit you may punch a nigga, because most niggas think about punching a nigga with a closed fist. Absolutely. A nigga don't never think about hitting a nigga with an open hand. That is a well thought out thing when you hit a nigga with an open hand. Like Rhett Butler or somebody in the wind and the Gone with the Wind. Oh my God, I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know what. Shut up, woman. Be quiet, lady. So when you slap a nigga like that, you better mean it. Will, you didn't mean it. I can't fuck with you, my nigga. Can't co-sign your apology. I don't even know what you said, nigga, but I don't co-sign it. Not one word. you bitched up. You let him get to you, my nigga. But don't be like me, y'all. I'm a dragon. You don't want do as I say, not as I do. You know what I'm saying? Don't do what I do. You handle it how you want to handle it. I am a dragon. Phoenix sometimes. So one of the last things I want to talk about was Wakanda. So like I said, I didn't have a chance to do my Naga Nerds because they still got my computer. And that's going to be on the avatar. Bow! I know you see Aang in the avatar state. That's called the avatar storm. You see, you got all of it going, the wind, the fire, the air. Yeah, bitches, y'all don't know nothing about that right there, the water. Oh yeah, y'all don't know nothing about that though. But that's what the Naga Nerds is going to be about. It's going to be on the Avatar, The Last Airbender, one of the greatest shows of all time. And in the thing, just so y'all know, the reason this is Avatar Roku. This was the Avatar before Aang. This is the Fire Lord Avatar, the Fire Avatar. He's a Roku is a phoenix. Roku, the word Roku means phoenix, who rode around on a dragon. Nigga, you can't get no more symbolic than that. A phoenix who rode around on a dragon. Nigga, oh shit. Y'all ain't ready for that though. That's gonna be in the Avatar breakdown. But Wakanda Forever. So if y'all haven't seen the trailer, have y'all seen the trailer for Wakanda Forever? That shit is incredible. Now we talking about the MCU and they're trying to move it all towards all women. They're replacing all the men superheroes with women. She-Hulk, Hawkeye, woman Hawkeye, another Black Widow, but they're replacing her with another woman Black Widow. Who else? Woman Iron Man, Woman Black Panther. Um, there's a few. All the Miss Marvels. There's 3 Marvels now. 3 Miss Marvels. So it's a bunch women all over the place, right? So then this trailer for the Wakanda Forever, woman heavy, totally fine. The divine mother, feminine mother energy in this trailer was incredible. Absolutely incredible. If y'all didn't feel the vibration and the energy in this trailer, y'all ain't connected. I'm just saying, y'all ain't connected. Going to film school, being in the movies, I'm telling you, this shit made me emotional. I don't get emotional about shit. Shit made me emotional, made me drop a tear. I'm gonna tell you why. Only trailer, first of all, that ever made me tear up. I've watched thousands of trailers in my life, coming from film school, being in the film, watched thousands of trailers. Only trailer that made me tear up. And I'm not even a Chadwick Boseman. I'm not even on him like that. I like his movies, thought he was cool and shit. But not on Chadwick like that. The energy in this was greater than that. The energy was not greater than Chadwick Boseman. It was about their love, first off, for the friend they had. Because I know a lot of y'all know this, but Chadwick didn't tell them that he had cancer, and the nigga just up and died. So that's like one of your homies that you kick it with, y'all laugh with, party with. Somebody just call you out of the blue, like, hey, whoop-de-whoop dad. What? Like, just out of nowhere. Had cancer, didn't tell nobody, didn't tell the executives, Kevin Feige, nobody knew, right? Just up and died. So they didn't have a chance to really say goodbye. So in the trailer, you can feel the energy of, first of all, and also to do the movie, because Black Panther dies in the movie, right? So the energy or the emotion that you see them coming with in the movie is going to be real. A lot of times they have to pull from places to get to emotional points in a movie where they're pulling from this. And so when they're going through the trailer and they get to Angela Bassett's part, when she says, I am the queen. She says queen with the energy of the goddess, mother goddess. If y'all don't feel that, when she says, I am the queen of the most powerful nation in the world, and I have my entire family is gone. Have I not given everything? That gives me goosebumps every time I watch it. That is divine mother energy. I mean, at its finest. And I trained Angela Bassett a couple of times. Shout out to Angela back in the day. You and Angela and her husband. I trained them at LA Fitness. I know they don't remember that, but it's all good. But you was, oh my God, I remember, girl. You was off the chain that day. Don't worry. Hey, shout out, hey Courtney, you off the chain too. But hey, Angela was great that day. But Angela in that movie, the women, the divine mother energy, the Dora Milaje, Lupita Nyong'o, Shuri. I mean, all these beautiful. Riri, and who's going to be Ironheart, which I don't like the character, but the person who's playing Riri, she's gorgeous. I mean, beautiful sisters. You understand me? Go watch, go Google or YouTube Wakanda Forever Hall H and watch the beautiful women that you see standing on that damn stage. No MCU movie got any women more beautiful than that. That's standing on that goddamn stage. Promise you. And you can feel that energy throughout that whole goddamn trailer, which means it's going to probably be in the movie. So, again, I'm not with the taking down of the man to uplift the woman, especially with, in all of this, in this MCU shit. But this movie, the uplifting, the spotlight on the divine, mother goddess of the earth, I'm loving it. I'm going to love all of it. Let these ladies, let these beautiful women shine. You can feel their energy in the goddamn trailer. You can feel their fucking energy. So, off the chain, let them come with that movie. I'm all there for it. Even though they're going to turn Black Panther into a dude. But just some breakdowns about Black Panther real quick. So, in the movie, you got Namor, right? So in the movie, you got Wakanda. Wakanda, in the comic book, Wakanda's natural enemy is Atlantis, right? And so the head of Atlantis, the king of Atlantis, or whatever he is called Namor. He's called Namor the Submariner, right? Namor. Look at me. I'm about to break all this shit down, y'all. You all in this shit. Namor, right? Nay really means like new or in some languages, but Namor, right, is his name. Niggas mellow. You can see he's melanated. Just so y'all know, Namor, who's gonna be the natural enemy of Wakanda and Black Panther, is the first comic book character in Marvel. The very first one. The very first character in Marvel is Namor, the Submariner, the king of Atlantis, right? Because Atlantis is big. Now, also you got Wakanda, right? The most technologically advanced nation in the world by like hundreds of years, right? Because of the vibranium technology and all of that, right? Wakanda, the actual Wakanda, is in America. There's an actual place called Wakanda. It's called Lake Wakanda, and also other couple of places called Wakanda. It's Native American sites or Aboriginal sites called Wakanda, but the main one is the Lake Wakanda in Kansas. So the actual Wakanda is here in America. Just so y'all know. So then the Atlanteans in the movie, because you have in DC Comics, you got Aquaman, and Submariner came before Aquaman. Yep. He was way before Aquaman, maybe like a couple years first. But because you got Aquaman movie that came out, they can't do him from Atlantis in the water like that. They can't do him from Atlantis. So because Aquaman is the king of Atlantis, so they can't do both of those. So now they made the nigga a Mayan. Right? He's Mayan with kind of mixed Mayan and Aztec, but Mayan, which is from the Americas, which are the aboriginals of the Americas, who came from who? The Olmecs. Mayans are niggas. Y'all go look up the Bonham Pack mural. It's called the Mayan Bonham Pack mural. Look at all them niggas, Mayans. Dark skin, way darker than me. And that's the Mayans, right? But now they got this Mexican nigga as Namor, talking about he the Latino background of the Mayan. Nigga, Latino my fucking ass, bitch. Mayans ain't got shit to do with Latino, motherfucker. No, nigga. That's your ancestors. Mayans are the ancestors of you Latino nigga, you so-called Latino niggas. But the Mayans are Africans, descended from the Olmecs, who came over from Africa when the continents were connected, right? So now you have these two aboriginal cultures going against each other, right? Now, why are they going against each other? Because spoiler alert in the comics, so you don't want to know, because they may not release this for years, but in the comic book, give you 5 seconds, 3, 2, 1. So in the comic book, Dr. Doom pit them against each other, because they're the only two societies in the world with vibranium. You see where this is going? The Atlanteans and the Wakandans are the only two niggas in the world with vibranium. Melanin, which we know is the metaphor for melanin. So these two countries these two super nations are pitted against each other, so they'll destroy each other, and then the white nigga come in and suck up all the vibranium. That's what's in the comic. That's what they do in the comic. So Wakanda, though, is actually supposed to be Kemet. So, and then Atlantis, just so you guys know, the true Atlantis, what they're looking for, is America. Yes, America is the ancient super civilization, which they also call Lemuria. Which, if you understand Lemuria, they also said that in the comics. They said there was an earthquake or something, and then they called it the Lemurian something. It was a ship called the Lemurian something that they had in the Navy, or in one country had a ship called Lemuria something. Now, do you see the connection? So Atlantis, Lemuria came from before Atlantis. It was the name of the Americas. Lemuria really is what it was called. But that was the super civilization, the super advanced civilization, which they equated to being Atlantis. They turned into Atlantis, which America is Atlantis because the land was called Atlan. That's where Atlantis came from, or Utlan. But Utlan became Atlan, which became Atlantis. So, and they tell this shit, Manly P. Hall breaks this shit down. The Mason, the Freemason, Manly P. Hall, he's the one who breaks this shit down in the Masonic book. What is that? Something of all age. What, I got it right over there. Oh, right here. Secret Teachings of All Ages. And he also has The True Something of America. The True Destiny of America. Look that up. Manly P. Hall, The True Destiny of America. But also in this joint right here. The Secret Teachings of All Ages. So they break that down. America is really Atlantis. So, Namor from Atlantis, which is the Americas. Then they switched them to the Mayans, which is still the Aboriginals of America. Then he's fighting against Wakanda, which is still in America. So they're trying to show America is really the true ancient civilization, y'all, just so y'all know. The ancient American super civilization is older than that of Kemet. You guys don't know that, but that's an actual fact. Even in Kemet, they talk about that. On the hieroglyphs in Kemet, they talk about this land being older than that land over here. Also, they have in Egypt, they have a Kemet in Arizona that they blocked off, that the government has co-opted and put a fence around and you can't go there. Got pyramids and hieroglyphs and all that shit. Same thing. So they don't want you to know that shit. Sedona is also, just so you guys know, if you're in America, Sedona in Arizona is also, you can see, they call it the Egypt of the West. You can go there, you can see pyramids. There's a Sphinx. There's a Sphinx in Sedona. If you hike to a high enough peak, you can see the Sphinx and 3 pyramids, just like the Plateau of Giza. Seen it myself, got pictures of it, everything. Because I had to do you have to do the hike though. It's a real hike you got to do. But once you make it to the top of that mountain, you can see everything. Took pictures of it and everything. So, do y'all know? So basically, the whole Wakanda story, and not that they know everything that they're saying in the movie, but sometimes the universe, it puts stuff together that you don't know why you're doing stuff, but sometimes the universe starts to put things together. It will not be denied. What's supposed to come to light will. And Ryan Coogler, you can tell he's not necessarily one of them corporate movie niggas. He still got a little nigga edge to him. He hang out on the street, he hang out in the hood, smoke weed, smoke his weed, go to Magic City, be making it rain on chicks, making it rain on bitches and shit. So he still feel like he's still connected kind of to his roots. Whatever, and also he has some knowledge. You know, he's college educated and shit, so he got a little information about melanated history. But what's coming through in these movies, I don't know if he's putting it together or it's just ending up that way. Because again, Namor would have been from Atlantis, but they couldn't use Atlantis because of Aquaman, so they had to make him a Mayan, which is the Aboriginals of America, which is the true ancient super civilization of America. So it's just falling in line, everything that they're breaking off. And I can't wait to see the other shit that falls in line from what goes down in this movie. But I just wanted to give y'all that. So when you go look at them, when you go watch the movie now, watch with that eye, what you're watching. Namor. Also, Namor's true name is Atuma. It's not Namor, it's Atuma. Just like we told you, Atum is Saturn, is the name that the ancient Kemetans called Saturn. Atum Ra. Namor is Atuma. Just left out an R, just left out the R. Atuma and Atum Ra. Now, Stan Lee knows your shit. Jack Kirby knows your shit because he's an Egyptologist. He's and a Sumerologist. He was on all those cultures back in the day. So they knew, but your ass don't know. And they putting it right in the movie, but I think it's all coming together. All the esoteric energy of it is putting it together in a way that they don't even understand. Sometimes it just happens that way, and it's a special thing that's being made. And I think that's what's going on with this movie because of the energy and everything that happened and why they're doing it and the motivation behind it. I think it's all coming together in a spiritual way that they're not even in control of. And it's in a way that's bringing back your history, your ancestry. Basically, they got Kemet fighting against Aboriginal America or Lemuria or Atlantis. Kemet against Atlantis. These are both your fucking cultures, your ancient civilizations in which you flourished, you thrived, and ran the world. And they're bringing this shit back to you in some old spooky some spooky bullshit comic of Wakanda and but it's your shit. So, but let you know that vibranium is real. If the only two people that got it in the world is these super high melanated cultures. Come on, y'all. But y'all know, man, as I said last week, please, everybody, get on your game. Stop being Allen Iverson and start practicing. Please start practicing. A lot of y'all have hit me up during this live stream to volunteer, so I appreciate that. But come on, get your armor. These are your weapons. Y'all played video games before? Whoever played Zelda? And before you play Zelda, you got to go to the armory and armor up. You got to get your sword. You got to get your shield. You got to get your magic bag. You got to get your gauntlet. You got to get all this shit in Zelda. You know, before you go out on your quest. Well, shit. This is the thing you got to armor up with. Your Zelda is the streets. This your sword. This your shield right here. Boom. Constitutional rights card. Let the police officers know what your rights are and what will happen if they violate those constitutional rights. That's on the back right there. That qualified immunity card, where they lose that qualified immunity when they knowingly violate your constitutional rights or just are plainly incompetent. So if you alert the officer that they're in danger of violating your constitutional rights before they do it on camera, and they do it, boom, you got them. They can't say, I didn't know after that, right? Then this is the notice that comes in the car, that comes with it, and right there is the top case. That's the case right there that says police officer loses their qualified immunity when they knowingly violate the law. Right there, bam, very first line. So they don't even have to keep moving. If you hand it to the police officer and they don't want to read the rest of this shit, the very first line they read says when they knowingly violate the law. That's all they got to read. They don't even got to read the rest of it. But even down there, in this big box right here, it says they cannot use the good faith of the officer as a defense. Meaning they can't be like, well, I didn't know after he told me. Well, nigga, I told you. So you can't use good faith after I told you. I told you, and you should have looked it up. So then, right there, to keep your study up, that Know Your Rights manual. Has everything you need to know with traffic stops and Terry stops, which are police stops on foot. Just so y'all know, I know y'all heard that before. Terry stop is a police stop on foot. That's it. But right here, it lets you know this has everything you need to know about what you need to know when they stop you and they pull your ass over right here. So you sit down with your kids, learn this, y'all. This is a new movement, which is a new paradigm we're moving to. People are learning the law. It's crazy. People are learning, and we got so many people in police stop law class and all the classes that we do, and we're teaching and know your rights foundations law classes. Man, people are learning the law so much so they challenging me. Me? You gonna challenge me? No, but that's what I want. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to learn enough so when you come, I want you to be out there and mashing on me. Don't believe shit I say, for sure. Don't ever believe nothing I say. I'm crazy, y'all. I told you that 1,000 times. I'm crazy motherfucker. Don't believe nothing I say. Go research everything I tell you, and boom, this is how you do that. Then if they keep pushing that line, you already know. Bam. Public official bonds book. You go pull that bond. Which is that police insurance that they get for when they violate your constitutional rights, or they ruin the public. They commit some type of damage to the public at large. They get that bond goes to pay for the police officer, and it's usually about $70,000 to $75,000 on the minimum. Goes all the way up to about some sheriffs got $500,000 bonds. And so when they violate your constitutional rights, that means that's for each violation. Not for the whole thing. That means every single constitutional right they violate of yours, you get to get $75,000 to whatever for each violation, y'all. It's not a game. Boy, it is a game. That's why they know. That's why they try to hide it from you. Because think of a cop beat your ass and then beat your ass, planted drugs on you, lied about the reason they pulled you over. I mean, that's 4 or 5. That's 3, 4, 5 goddamn charges. That's 75, 150, 225. You keep on adding it up. So, public official bonds book. This tells you the laws that create the bond laws in your state, so that you can go find those laws and know how to place the claim on those bonds right here. All right, and then you already know the Cliff Notes. We got them right here. So we got, boom, police stop flashcards 1, 2, and U.S. government flashcards right here. So y'all need to know the government. We just talked about that. You don't know how to move within the society, then this is why they can commit these social engineering on you, because you don't know how the world moves anyway. If they do and you don't, then again, I'm a slant right. We told you, nigga, slant. Coach, what play are we running for the 970th time? Did they stop slant right last time? I don't think so. I'm gonna go ahead and just go with a guess and say slant right. What do you think? So that's what they keep running on you niggas your slant right is the law. Until you learn the law, they're going to keep using it and lying about it to you, because you don't know if whatever they're saying is real or not. You have no fucking idea. You don't know if slant right work, because you don't know what slant right is. So these work so damn well. I'm so glad they work. I didn't know how well they're going to work. I'm telling you that from the feedback I'm getting from people that they're using them. They're really, 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 really learning from these cards, and I'm so happy, because goddamn, y'all need to learn something. And real quick, so I told you guys. So I told y'all that we were creating a new vaccine exemption letter, and proud to say, here it is. We got the new. I found this on the web. We got the new vaccine exemption letter. So just give y'all a background account of what this says and what comes with it. So this is a vaccine exemption and adverse effects liability notice. That's what that says. Vaccine exemption and adverse effects liability notice. Meaning, so if you force me to have anything and I get some adverse effects from it, you're liable. That's what you're saying to your boss. So the very top line, the bearer of this signed adverse effects liability notice is exempt from any and all vaccine mandates, private, state, or federal. And then it proceeds to break down, excuse me, I don't want to read it all to you because I can't have y'all copying my stuff. But I'll give y'all a few key points. Breaks down how mandates are not law. Only mandates are issued from a court of law. So anything issued from a mayor or a governor is an executive order and not law. It also breaks, I'll break this part down to you. This is the part that requires your employer to be liable. So it says, in addition, any owner, supervisor, or manager of a business requiring a current or potential employee to take an experimental gene therapy vaccine that will remain in the employee's body for 24 hours a day, which is also shown to have a high possibility of potential unknown long-term adverse effects, when the employee is only required to be on the clock for up to 12 hours a day, must compensate said employee for the off-the-clock hours the experimental vaccine or any other remains within their body. So now your boss knows, they have noticed that if they are forcing you to get a vaccine, they won't do that if they're liable. If you give them notice that they're liable for any adverse effects that you take from duress. And they basically says it's out of duress. So basically it says requiring or mandating that a current or potential employee take an experimental vaccine, also called gene therapy, by its manufacturers or any other, or, excuse me, oh shit. Oh shit, I forgot we were still live. Holy shit. So I'm just gonna say, allegedly experimental cupcake. Oh, I gotta stop reading this, y'all. But because I can't get into this fully. But you can see that you're requiring your owner to compensate you if they force you to take the cupcake. Also, the main thing, what it also has in here is at the bottom, it has all of the cat agency adverse events that they have on their website. So everything in here, it basically breaks down everything that the cat said happened, or the adverse effects that happened from the cupcake, all listed. And I can't tell you, obviously, because I can't say that online, but this is where it starts, and then it keeps on going. all of these adverse effects. So all of these, and then all of these, they are listed, and they come from the cat. So the owner, your boss cannot deny where you got the information. It has links to where we'll find the information as well. This is all released on, this is information released from the cat on July the 1st. This is all current information. July the 1st, they released this information, and now it's in this, and you can give it to your damn boss when they try to force you to get cupcake. Got it all right here. So that card, I don't have it on the website yet because I just finished. The cards are getting made up, so they'll be up there next week. They'll be on the website next week. But boom, and then this is what it also comes with. When you order it, because it's gonna come, you're gonna get the card plus the letter. You're gonna get both of those. The card that you've seen that we were selling for the religious exemption, you're gonna get that same type of card, but it's gonna be an exemption, a cupcake exemption. Then it's gonna come with this. This is pieces, this is parts from the P.F. Heiser Bakery confidential what is it called? The analysis that they did on their own cupcakes. the private analysis that they did on their own cupcakes. This is the report. So it's going to come with the first couple of pages that explains how to read it and break it down. And then on page 7, it's only going to be it's really page 5, but page 7, it says it's going to have all the case outcomes. I don't know if y'all can see that. So it says case outcomes right there. It says, y'all see fatal, and then go all the way over there. From fatal, it goes 1,223 right there. Can y'all see that? 1,223. And that's from their own report. So, how is your boss going to deny you when you have a report from the cupcake company themselves that said within the first 3 days, because this is what this is. When you read this is the most severe things were reported within the first 4 days. So within those days, 1,223 people kicked the bucket. How they gonna deny your ass then? You got a lawsuit on your hands for days because they're trying to force you to get something out of duress. They something that they know that can possibly harm you out of duress. Threat, duress, and coercion, meaning holding your job over you is threat of your livelihood, and it's duress. So they're forcing you to get this by holding your job over your head, which is against the law because it's something that they know that can possibly harm you, and they're trying to force you to get it anyway, which gives you a great case for a lawsuit. Now, the other 3 pages I'm gonna add of the 9 pages that's gonna come with it. There's on the back of that report, there's 9 pages of adverse effects. Y'all heard me right. 9 pages. Look at 1 page. This is about 150 things on this page. This is just the A's, y'all. Just so we clear, this is in alphabetical order. This is just the A's. This is just the A's. Now check this out. I want y'all to look up something called deletion syndrome. Can somebody Google deletion syndrome? That's the very first thing that's on here. So they basically, most of these are with the A's, but the harshest ones they put like kind of right at the top. And so deletion syndrome. I want y'all, let me see if I can pull this up real quick, because I pulled it up earlier. All right, here we go. Came right up. Okay, now I want to read this to y'all. Hold up. This is from the Mayo Clinic. Now, it says, hold up, where'd it go? So, basically, deletion syndrome is a chromosomal disorder that results in poor development of several body symptoms. It features a varied. Blah, blah. All right, here we go with the symptoms. Here we go. So, developmental. It can be, you can have delayed development. I'm talking about children. Delayed development, failure to thrive, learning disabilities, short stature, meaning it stunts your growth, or speech delay in children, flaccid muscles, meaning your muscles don't get hard. Excuse me. Or intermittent muscle spasms, congenital heart defects or murmurs, failure of teeth to develop normally in cleft palate, hearing loss, speech impairment, difficult of thinking. So this is just the first thing, and there's a whole lot more. I'm just skipping over a lot of the other shit in here. I'm trying to find some of the worst ones in there. So that's deletion syndrome. Type it up into Google. Watch it come up. Watch all the shit that you come from. Just that. That's just this. That one right there. Then you got, I ain't gonna even read those because some of these words you can't even explain. But there was acute myocardial infarction. That's a heart attack. Cupcakes. Yummy. Acute respiratory distress syndrome. Meaning you can't breathe. Acute respiratory, that's your breathing. Then it says acute respiratory failure, meaning your shit just cut. Oh, your shit just shut off, nigga, like it was on a timer. And I ain't gonna read the rest of these, but this will come within the letter. And so you're gonna give within your letter. You will hand all of these things over. So this is just the three. This is just the 3 pages. Look, this is the 3 pages. What? 2, 3. Those are 3 pages of that's just 3. And let me tell y'all, there are about 150 to 200 things on each page. At least, minimum. So we got that now. Now they can't say shit when you hand them, when you go in and you hand them the boom, you're gonna have every single thing, every piece of every bullet you need in your chamber right here with all the facts from the cat agency that they can't deny is gonna be right there. So if y'all want to pre-order this, before it's in the thing, just go, and if you want and also it'll come with the whole police stop law package. Just go and order the Great Book of Melanin Research. You're not going to see the card on there, but if you order the Great Book of Melanin Research, I will send the new letter with your card, with the order. The hard copy, y'all, not the damn digital copy. Y'all keep buying digital copy and think y'all gonna get the whole goddamn package for the digital copy. I'm not doing that. So hard copy, realnoggets.com. Order this, and it's a pre-order. So you're pre-ordering. We don't have them in yet. They're being made. So when they're made, then you boom, I will send you. But you got to do this within the next week. If you don't order in the next week, I'm not giving it to you. So boom, urgency. You want the letter free with the whole police stop law package. When you order this book, you got to order within the next week. Or you got to go to knowyourrightsfoundation.org and order the letter and the card. That's where it's going to be exclusively. I won't have it on my site. It's a Know Your Rights Foundation product. We'll have it exclusively on there. However, if you want to pre-order it, order Great Book of Melanin Research, and I will put it in free with your order here. All right, y'all. I'm about to bounce. About to go watch me some Avatar: The Last Airbender. I just want to watch it. I love it. I love the show. I just been missing it, so about to go watch it again. Appreciate y'all. Thank you, everybody who hit the super chat. I love y'all, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all next week. Go visit those Telegram channels so that y'all keep up on all the information that's coming through there, because it's crazy information that rolls through those damn channels. And I'm gonna holler at y'all in a minute. Deuces.